But talk to me a little bit. How's so far your experience working with us and getting this Airbnb business going?
So far, it's been great. I appreciate the help. I appreciate the fact that I was in a done for you program. Really helped me to actually get the unit to get help me get going, secure the
Hmm.
units and be operational, and also really do enjoy the ongoing sessions on pricing
Hmm.
and answering different questions that I may have, and also take the opportunity to learn from others from their
Yeah.
questions and what they're going through.
Hmm.
And Casey's assistance also has been really great also. I think that checking in every week to see, give me that one-on-one relationship to check where I'm and if I have any issues outside of the bigger group, it's also
Yeah.
a good experience.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, before I kind of dive into like some more specific questions on, where you're at and, how far you came, I guess give us a little bit of an introduction on, where you're from, what you're doing for a living right now. Just for the people that will be watching this and other clients that we're working with, give us a little bit of an introduction.
I really don't like to talk about myself, but okay, let's go ahead. My name is Fidel Donko, and I live right now in Virginia, in King George, a small town. I've been here for a number of years, and I've been to, before that, I was in Austin, Texas. I think that's where I kind of got to paying attention to the Airbnb business. By paying attention to it, it's just, for me, it meant watching on videos and what people were doing and what they have to offer. I signed up for one or two classes, but didn't turn out to be too great. But I ended up I stumbled off you guys because I kept looking, I kept searching, and I
Yeah.
felt that this will be a good fit for me, and I gave it another chance, one last chance, and then it turned out to be great. So the reason I actually on a day-to-day basis, I'm an IT specialist. I'm an IT consultant, but I am constantly looking for something that's going to replace my income because this, to me personally, is not sustainable.
Hmm.
Um, Working for somebody, so I'm always on the lookout. And Airbnb has been on my radar for a while now. So,
Hmm.
so in a nutshell, this is what I do, and then this is how what got me to your program.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that. And thanks for giving us a little bit of an introduction. I guess for you, and I know you said you don't like to talk too much about yourself, but I really do want to obviously harp on the success that you had so far. And I know obviously we're just getting started with you, and we got some more goals to hit as far as scaling, get another property up and running for you. But
Yeah.
I guess give us a little bit of a rundown, like where you currently are at right now with like your Airbnb portfolio, and obviously from where you were before you started into like today.
So I basically started in December, so it's been what, 3 months now. So I have one property around here right now. It's been great. I'm not sure if I can mention the area, but it's in the can I mention the area or not?
Yeah, whatever you want. It's up
Phoenix
to you.
area, in the Mesa area, and it's been doing great so far. I think we're in the high season right now, so far so
Hmm.
good. I have to say that I'm learning a lot. At this point, it feels like every guest has something learned new to teach me, which is very good because every person staying at my place is another experience that I'm getting.
Hmm.
So I feel like that's great.
Love it. Okay, cool. And I know for you, Fidel, like I remember based on our conversation before we kind of got you in with you and your wife, I know you did have some previous, poorer experience with,
Yeah,
previous programs and
that is correct.
information on like getting something like this going. I guess what would you say has been like the biggest differentiating factor that like, okay, now you're getting some results, you're getting some success to continue pushing the needle forward and you're seeing the wins stacking up and obviously the fruits of your labor kind of starting to come in. What do you think's been like the biggest differentiator for you in this program that got you the results compared to like previous programs?
I think the big difference is with this program, I didn't have to beat around the bush. I didn't have to because I this is not my first done for you program. The first one that I did, I think there were two hang on trying to secure credits and all that kind of stuff, which is good. But when you just create a new LLC, obviously
Yeah.
it's going to take a while. I mean, and then they put you in that loop. I
Hmm.
want to say never ending loop and you end up asking them, okay, now, this is taking too much. I've created my LLC. I just need to get going.
Yeah,
And then you realize that it's going from one obstacle to the other, and they'll probably get you there to a unit eventually if you have the patience to keep going.
yeah,
But all of this was not here with the Empire Arbitrage program. Um, you guys told me exactly what I needed. Um, Kind of a ballpark of what I need to have as fun to start. And
yeah,
I had that, and then we worked, and within I think from the contract to the my first booking, it was maybe what, just about close to maybe 60 days, something like that.
yeah,
And in every step, if I have any question or if I have any doubt, it's clear, it's cleared. That's what I really,
yeah,
I was actually able to put my foot in the business
yeah,
and be an Airbnb host.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I liked.
That's amazing. And like I said, I know remember when the first conversation you and I had, and then also with your wife, it seems like you already had a really good idea of like, okay, how the business model worked. It's more so like you didn't need more information. You just needed someone to really just push it to the edge and like just get this thing rocking and rolling. Because like you said, you
Yep.
already had your LLC up and running. You're a step ahead. It's
Yep.
like, hey, I'm at step two, but I'm like, kind of lost here. But first off, it's just awesome to see, obviously, because even though we do a lot of work for you, there's still work entailed on your end, and obviously you are putting that pedal to the metal to get the results you're receiving now.
Yeah.
I guess for you, since you are like a new host and you are still doing really well, and like okay, we're getting ready to launch a second property with you.
Yeah.
What would you say has been like the biggest thing that's helped you as far as navigating through these different guests and learning new experiences, and of course excelling to continue growing?
I think the biggest thing for me, and that I'm realizing, that number one is the once everything is set up, the ongoing session,
Mm,
to clear out doubts and to ask questions. And within those sessions, the most important thing is the pricing section where
yeah,
you have to discuss price, and you have to and prior having a pricing strategy.
yeah,
I think that's what set people apart from
yeah,
just putting a property on Airbnb versus crushing it.
yeah.
That's for me is and I keep telling my wife, I just need to learn the pricing. And if I master the pricing, because now I understand, your price, that's actually, I understand what it is to have a pricing strategy. So
Mhm.
I really do think that's the money machine, that's a money making machine strategy. That's I if it's anything else, I that's what I need to get from you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. It's like, and you know us better than most people do. That's just starting out in this. Like, pricing is the backbone of this business,
Absolutely.
right? And of course, like going into the right markets, going after the right properties, and serving the correct demographic. But the money driver, like you said, is the pricing system, right? The
Yeah.
dynamic pricing, and
Yeah.
of course fluctuating. And it's more of an art than a science, like kind of how we've been telling
Absolutely.
you. And obviously, you've been doing really well with like the bookings and getting the property in front of people and the cash flow that it is generating. I know it's only been 3 months. Okay, we got bigger goals to smash this year, but yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. I guess for you, Fidel, talk to me a little bit on like some of the goals that you have like for this year, right? To continue scaling. I know we
Mhm.
are getting ready to get that second property for you. So get that up and running, and now we have two properties cash flowing. But talk to me a little bit on like some future goals that you got through Airbnb arbitrage to continue helping you get to the goals that we spoke about.
I have a lot, but so my very conservative goal is to scale to 5 to 8 property within a year. That's my very conservative goal, and if not, try to push it to 14. That would be my
Yeah,
very aggressive goal within a
yeah,
year. But and it's not only be able to just scale up, but it's being able to scale and be comfortable, own
yeah,
my own how do I say, add up on what I'm learning, and then
sure.
maybe find own my own own a strategy that's built on what or that is inspired on what I've learned from you guys, and
Yeah.
be able to also maybe at some point contribute to the whole effort that you guys are putting. But that's
Yeah.
my goal in the
Hmm.
short term, scale to 5 to 8 or 5 to 14,
Hmm.
and then master the area, master the market that I will be in, and
Yeah.
I'm originally from West Africa. I have a few ideas that I'm thinking about in Ghana,
Nice.
that I want to try, but I also think that I'm going to crash it there because I
Yeah.
have the pricing strategy.
Yeah.
And that's those are challenges that I really want to take up and see how I
Yeah.
work there. Get to know those market.
Yeah, for sure. That's phenomenal because I do want to bring up the point and like first off, like kudos to you. Like you obviously came a long way in such a short amount of time. I know obviously hey, we're getting the second property, but you got one property, it's doing really well. You're learning the price and you're learning exactly how the back end part of the business is supposed to be ran,
Yeah,
right? So you do have that confidence to be like, okay, yeah, let's go after property number two, three,
yeah,
four, and so on and so forth. And
right.
that's like the biggest thing, right? Where I
Yeah,
see so many people go wrong is they don't have that confidence and certainty to continue scaling,
yeah,
right? Because they don't have that pricing strategy. They don't have the
yeah.
systems, teams, and operations down. So talk to me separate from like the pricing strategy. What else have you kind of implemented and learned from us that maybe on the system side of things or the automation side of things that's really kind of helped you, scale this business alongside your main career right now that you are eventually going to replace? Like, how has that basically helped you kind of manage the two and continue growing this thing?
Oh, definitely the integration of the all the application, all the tools that we use, whether it's Journal or Price Lab and Hospitable, you know,
Mhm.
I mean, it's making hosting less painful, say. And
Mhm.
it's the way that everything is streamlined. You don't have to actually physically send a message and with the code to the
Oh yeah,
guests
the
and
locks.
the logs here, and making sure that they actually personally physically send them a message to welcome them and or give them guidelines on how to check in or check out. That's one thing. The second thing also is how to deal with cleaners, the checklist, what to make sure
Mhm.
that they hit whenever they're cleaning, and
Yeah.
what to expect in terms of them, even if you're not there, taking pictures and before and after pictures. Things like that are a great. I think for me, those are things that we actually benefit from the program.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I do know when we first spoke, right, obviously, like you got a good career and like you are working a good amount with that,
Yeah.
but it's like, what is that vehicle that we have to get into that's going to allow you to build this simultaneously along your career, right? That give you the potential opportunity to replace it. And that's just awesome to see. And again, it all always correlates back to like that foundation that like me and you went over previous to you joining of like, hey, not only is this a done for you program of like picking that market for you, getting your first profitable Airbnb, but it's about building that foundation, those systems, those teams, because
Yeah.
that's what allows you to scale up to five, eight
Definitely.
properties while you're working, five,
Yeah.
10 hours a week and so on and so forth. So listen, I just want to congratulate you. And obviously, listen, I know you're probably like, oh, don't give me too much. Congratulations. You still got work to do, but give yourself a pat on the back in such a short amount of time. It's like this is where we are compared to you where you were, previous taking other programs. And it's like you came such a long way so far in a short amount of time. So
Yeah.
I do know you are obviously just getting started. It's like, hey, let's get the second unit up and running and get
Yeah.
onward to five, eight properties. And I can't wait to see that kind of play out into fruition. But last question I want to end off with, and then obviously want to help you out with whatever you do need while you got me. What would you kind of tell someone? Because like for you, you kind of and most people don't kind of come from this. Sometimes they just start working with us first. It's very seldom that people do come from like other programs because they usually just give up if they take other programs and it doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
So like for you, that comes from like such a unique experience where it's like there was someone out there that can get you started in this. What's like a one piece of advice that you would give to someone that maybe has tried starting this with someone else, or maybe they did try starting on their own and they haven't had success? Like, what would you tell that person that's like really on the fence and knows they want to get this going, but just has that kind of fear and maybe uncertainty to get this going? What would you tell that person?
I think this program really gets you to be a host. Simply put, it really gets you, no nonsense, no beating around the bush, no loops. It gets you to be a host. If that's your goal, this program will get you to be a host. Simply put, I was able to be a host within and start making money within 60 days. That's as simple as that.
Yeah,
So for me, that's what I will advise. That's the advice I would give to anybody who's looking into that. This program will get you to be a host as soon as you can imagine.
love it.
And how would it do that? It would do that by just getting you the stuff done. If you don't have the education, there are the modules that by the time you're getting the module, depending on the program that you have, you will you will be ready. You will be ready. Everything is straight to the point. Not that it's watered down, but it's just straight to the point what you need to learn.
Yeah,
It's like training, right? You do train and then you go to the actual game or to the actual combat, but it's similar to the training.
yeah,
That's the way I see it. It would just
yeah,
there's no nonsense around it. It just gets you to be a host. If you want to be a host, you
yeah.
can be a host in 60 days.
Yeah, love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Well, I appreciate that. And again,
Uh,
it's super awesome to see obviously where you've came in such a short amount of time. And again, I know you're just getting started. So let's hit the ground running, keep the pedal to the metal. And thanks again for your time, obviously coming
I
on here and
appreciate
sharing a
it.
little bit of your experience.
Thank you.
All right, Fidel, I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.